Hey there, Craig. It's Game Changer here. So, what do you teach the teacher? Probably not a huge amounts, and there'll be different ways of looking at these defence spawns as well. Now, I've been experimenting on the ghost, having I'm losing one ghost to be fair, but I'm going 2-3-3 just so I've got two coming out after 12 seconds. I'm finding that's putting people on the back foot that little bit quicker. I mean, yes, not against some of these big 80s because there's not a great deal we can do about that sort of level of player. But just getting something out there and causing them problems, maybe 6 seconds quicker in can sometimes change how things work. Now, as you know yourself, with Ghost, they're quite difficult to pick up, so they're a great defender to have until obviously the next one comes online, which is going to be Spartan. Now, you've got your War Factory perfectly set up. You'd have nothing less than that, and I'm pretty sure you'll have all the relevant tech on those. The only difference of thing I've done on my heli defense, I've gone for Reavers in those, but I can't see Reavers in your platoons. I could be wrong, but I just thought with the firepower of a Reaver, offset that with obviously the amount of defense it's got. It's probably not as good a defense as Superhind, I'm suspecting, but overall I think that's worked slightly better. For myself. In fact, the health on the Reaver's pretty good when you look at it, as is the DPS. So that's one of the things I've kind of looked at, certainly on my heli defense. The air defense as well, I've just slightly different from yourself. I've gone for 2-3-5. I'm just trying to get out as early as possible. I mean, it's fractions, isn't it? But I'm just trying to get out. Maybe sort of 5 in 5 seconds, if you will, instead of you'll have 7 in 7 seconds. I know it's only 2 seconds, but ultimately that could be an airstrike, couldn't it? So just trying to sort of work that out. I figured if obviously I can get the last 5 out, they haven't airstriked us anyway. But I figured if I can get 5 out in 5 seconds, that's just again causing that little bit more problems. 1 second later, the ghosts then come out, and so on and so forth. Really, helis we've just mentioned. And again, I'm interested that you've got that extra slot upgraded there, which is giving you an extra e-skim, so that's fantastic, and I'll be looking at that myself shortly. But on that as well, I've got one single one coming out at 3 seconds, then 2 at 6, and I might bring in an extra one at the end of that once I've got that upgraded. But I'm going for heavy flak, as my next upgrade, so I'm saving up for that. Also overnight, I'm sure you do the same as well. I switched the setting of that one to the the ProPad, I think it is, or PoPrad, whatever they're calling that. Yeah, PopRad rather. So that there obviously is the one that burns the choppers up. So I do keep forgetting to swap it back over on a daytime, but certainly when I'm leaving my base unattended, I'm getting one of them coming out after after what's my time on that? After 3 seconds, then 2 coming out after 6 seconds. So just again that quicker kind of response time really is kind of what I'm aiming for, just to put the player on the back foot. Yes, you don't get as many out, and that's the drawback. So there are some merits about what you're doing, but again, it's just difference of opinion and interpretation of the game, isn't it? And just also trying new things to see what works. Okay, my man, I'll have a look at your base as well. Cheers, bro.